Hello, I'm Sarah Joy, and welcome to Sarah's Joyful Journey. I'm so excited to be sitting down and chatting with you guys again. Thank you to all those who have tuned in and liked or subscribed or even just watched my videos over the past month. I'm super excited because I published my first video 28 days ago, and today is Monday, July 17th. So everything is going really well. I do apologize if you can hear my neighbors across the hall. I have no control over that. It just happens to be that they're out there, and this is a good time for me to record, so we'll just have to roll with it. All right, so what's been going on this week? This week is 1 week post Mounjaro. I have noticed some changes that I'm going to talk about and share with you in regards to that. One thing that I've really noticed is that by Wednesday, my appetite had come back. Keep in mind that I was down to the point where I was eating about 500 to 600 calories a day, and that's not okay for me at all. I am a person who typically has a pretty good appetite and can eat a fair amount of food. And, if you're a person who doesn't have a big appetite and you eat smaller amounts of food, that's okay too. But you have to know what's right for you and your body, and 500 calories was not it. I personally believe 500 calories is not it for any person on there, including toddlers. But that's my personal opinion. I did notice that I was feeling happier, which was kind of funny because I wasn't feeling like depressed or anything like that. I just kind of had a little bit more energy. I was feeling more bubbly. And this week I was starting to see more reports about Ozempic and GLP-1s, and that they are now tied to some suicides. And it's really scary to think about medication having that much of an impact. I'm very happy that I made the decision to go ahead and disobey my doctor's orders and stop the Mounjaro. I'm really unsure of just the direction of this medication. So I'm feeling very happy that I no longer have it in my life. I was anticipating some challenges, and I am facing some challenges as of coming off of them. The biggest challenge has been that because I was eating so little, I lost 10 pounds about 1 year after working on losing weight. I lost it in a week. And so basically how I interpret that for me was I was basically fasting, because 500 calories is not a lot at all. So as soon as my appetite came back, I had 2 days where I was tracking things for just the purpose of just seeing what I was doing and seeing if I was hitting goals and my nutrition was going up. Well, the 2 days, it was Wednesday and Thursday of this past week, I was hungry all day. I wanted to eat all day long. I did not eat all day long, but I did eat. I think I ate like 4 times on both Wednesday and Thursday. And it took a while for me to really feel satisfied. A couple times I ate a little bit, and 4 hours later I was hungry again, which is not typical for me. Typically I will eat 2 meals. I'll eat a meal, usually breakfast and then lunch. Sometimes I'll do lunch and dinner depending on how the day is going and how I feel. But like I said, that day and then Wednesday and Thursday, I ate 4 times. Those days I noticed that I ate a lot more calories. I was eating those 2 days about 3,500 calories because I was just really, really hungry. That has calmed down because I'm still tracking just to see, because one of my goals also is to up the amount of protein that I'm eating, because I am doing more strength training and I want to build muscle. So I was originally eating before Mounjaro started to really affect me the last month. I was eating around 100 grams of protein. Sometimes a little bit more than that. My target now is I want to eat around 150 grams of protein just to give my body some extra building materials for having to build muscle, which is a major goal of mine. So that was interesting. And because I was eating more and I had been eating so little, my body reacted by gaining weight. I gained all 10 pounds back in 1 week that I lost it the previous 2 weeks before. But I'm not concerned about that. I was anticipating some of that because when you go from being so restricted and eating, you refill your body is going to be a little bit heavier. I do feel that I'm still carrying a little bit of extra water that I wasn't before, and that's okay. That's going to take some time to level back out. So I'm feeling a little bit puffier than normal, but that's getting slowly better day by day. And then Friday was my high weight I went back up to 217, which was what I weighed when I went to the doctor at the end of June. And I had gotten down to 207, so I went back up that 10 pounds that I had lost, because I had gone from 217 to 27 to back up to 217. Now, as of this morning, I am down to 215, so my weight is starting to go back down and level out. So I'm really happy about that. I think that has to do with the fact that I worked really hard in the previous year to change not only how I ate, but the mindset that goes along with why I eat. And I think that if I hadn't worked so hard on changing the mindset, gaining the 10 pounds in 1 week would have totally derailed me. I think that I would have given up and not moved on. But because my focus is my health, and that includes my mental health affects how we view ourselves in so many ways, that it was important to have that change of mindset, because I was able to see that 10 pounds going, okay, you've gained some extra water, potentially you've gained some muscle, and you just did stop a medication. So there's going to be some things that are going to change with that. So I was tracking like I normally do. I am one of those people who I can weigh every day and it not affect me, because I'm able to look at it as just data. And that's just on my regular scale. So I'm able to track those trends and not let it affect me too much, because I know weight fluctuates all day, every day, depending on when you weigh during the day. So I don't put a lot of stock in it. Usually the one that I try to notice is if it's going in a relatively downward trend, or if it's going in a relatively upward trend. Then I start going, okay, if it's going upward, okay, what have I done? What can I change? Downward, cool. I'm going the direction I want to go. So changing the mindset was a big, big win for me on that, because gaining 10 pounds in a week, not fun really. But I know that it's not like I gained 10 pounds of fat. So it's water weight. And I'm okay with that, because that can correct itself. So we're going to track, or at least I'm going to track for the next month really carefully on what I'm eating and my weight, just to make sure that I am not having any prolonged effects of coming off the medication. Like, I don't want there to be a continual uptick in my weight as a result of doing that, because that's it's counterintuitive to the goals that I want. So I want to keep making sure that I'm heading the direction of down. I'm not super interested in losing weight fast. It's not about fast weight loss for me. It's not even really my goals are not even really about weight loss. Weight loss is that added benefit that comes along with achieving my health. I still have higher blood pressure. It's not horrible. I'm on the lowest dose of 2 medications, and I would like to, within the next year, hopefully come off of one or both of those. So we'll see. So I do track to make sure that I am meeting my health markers. I'm gonna keep checking my blood work, making sure I'm staying metabolically healthy and that my blood sugars aren't going up. And I want to make sure that I am working on building muscle. That is my goal for this next year, is to work on body composition and gaining strength and muscle, and just continuing to meet my health markers. I am very happy, though, that in a week since I've been off Mounjaro, because last Monday would have been my next dose. So now, being this Monday, I am going on week 2 of no Mounjaro, and my blood sugars have been fantastic. They haven't moved. A couple times I've noticed them a little bit higher on certain days, but that could be as simple as something as stress. It could have been, just heat outside because I work outside a lot. And so those things can affect it. But my overall trend is the same because I do still have my CGM. And I got that for, I think, another 2 months, unless I can convince the new doctor to give it one to me, which we may, but I still don't have a new doctor yet because I haven't gone through that step yet. But I will be getting a new doctor because mine does not have my best health interests at heart. Right now, I'm just a little leery of getting a new doctor because I've had so many bad experiences with doctors. So I'm kind of pushing that until the last possible minute. I still need a doctor because I do still need to be on blood pressure medication for now. Once that I get off, I'll be happy just going to the doctor once a year for my annual checks and then call it good. I am not a stranger to being able to check my blood work on my own. It's something that I'm going to start doing in the next couple months because I really like tracking that every 3 months. I like having that data and that peace of mind for me. It lets me know that I am meeting my goals and I am hitting all those benchmarks that I want to hit. So that's been good thing about the Mounjaro is it hasn't affected me too badly right now. We'll see what the longer term looks like. I was on it for 11 months. Those of you that don't know how Mounjaro works, you start with a starter dose of 2.5 milligrams. So I did that for a month, and then for most of the time I was on Mounjaro, I was on 5 milligrams up until the end of June. Or in June. It wasn't the end of June. It was in the beginning-ish, middle-ish of June. He upped it to 7.5. And Mounjaro goes all the way up to 15. So as you can see, I was on a relatively low dose the entire time I was on it. 7.5 was too much and did wreak havoc with some symptoms of pain and just some distress in the stomach. And I have not had any pain. I am back to eating the way that I need to eat. So I'm very, very happy about that. And I'm feeling overall pretty good. One thing that happened this week that I'm not super excited about is I have injured my knee doing strength training. And I'm not surprised because it's my left knee, and my left knee is got a lot of arthritis in it. The last time I had to go to the doctor when I had a fall at work, they did an x-ray of my knee to make sure that I didn't break anything and stuff like that. And they told me that I had significant arthritis in my knee, and I hadn't felt any issues with my knee in related to arthritis. So it could be arthritis as a bit of a flare because it's not too painful. It's just uncomfortable. And most of what I'm noticing is just significant swelling. And I think that occurred last Saturday. I did a pretty tough workout and I was working on holding more weights. So I was doing 10 pounds and 15 pounds instead of 5 and 10, just trying to, increase the challenge. And it could have been a little bit too much weight, but I've always had trouble with lunges anyway. And I was pretty good about going to where I'm comfortable. And I was still doing that, but I was challenging myself to get a little bit lower with my lunges. Because that's forward progress. And my knee was swollen after that. And then Saturday, it was Friday then. Because Saturday I came home from work because I was off yesterday. And I came home early from work because my knee was like 2.5 times the size it was supposed to be. And I wasn't in pain, but I felt that continuing to stand for the rest of my shift was probably not very smart. So I rested yesterday. I typically try to do 4 to 6 days of strength training a week, and I hit my marker of 4 last week. So I did take yesterday as a rest day, but today I'm getting back on it. I am just going to do my arms and my core instead of my legs, and I am planning to do a gentle 3-mile-an-hour walk for about 30 minutes on the treadmill. We'll see how that goes, because tomorrow our plan is to go to SeaWorld, and I'm going to walk around all day. It's not going to be super fast, so we're just going to see how my knee holds up with that. I have some Voltaren gel, which is really helping with the bit of pain that there is and the swelling, so I'm excited about that. And then one other thing that I'm really, really excited about this week is it was Amazon Prime Days last week, and I was able to score an in-body scale for the home. And this was something that I was super excited about. I hadn't been planning. I knew I was going to get one. I just didn't know when I was going to get one because they're pricey. They are about $350, which I think is totally worth the money. But on Prime, it happened to be on sale for $280. So I went ahead and I ordered it and asked forgiveness after I ordered it because I told my husband I bought it, and I said, I hope you understand why. But because I enjoyed getting the in-body scan at the doctor's office every 3 months, I knew that that was going to help me track my body composition goals with, am I losing fat? Am I gaining muscle? So I was able to get that, and it arrived yesterday. So according to the scan that I did this morning, I have put on about 3 pounds of muscle. If those two scales are accurate, I'm just going to consider that they're accurate and that today is my baseline, and I'll be able to track going forward exactly how I am achieving my goals with either fat loss and muscle gain, because muscle gain is pretty important to me. But I was in June when I did the one at the doctor's office, my lean muscle mass was 76.9 pounds, and I am at about 78.2 pounds now. So there is some muscle gain there. So that could explain a little bit of the weight gain I had, but I highly doubt that I gained 2 pounds of muscle in a week. But either way, I'm excited that it seems that I am going in the direction of building more muscle. So what else has been going on in my life? I feel like I'm just sitting here rambling on about everything, but I do enjoy sharing how my journey is going with all of you. So I've talked about strength training and that it's going well, and that I am meeting my goals of going 4 to 6 days a week. School is going well. Last week was a significant challenge for me. I came off of a big project the week before, which took all of my effort, and I struggled with procrastination, major procrastination. All my assignments got done. They all got done on time when they were due, and not at the last second, but like the last day. Like all my assignments are due at 11 p.m. Eastern time. So they were getting turned in around 7:30, 8 o'clock on the day they were due, which is fine. I mean, I almost pushed it to the last minute, and it hit me today that something that I was doing that I haven't been doing for the past couple of weeks, just because I got busy and I was going to be doing the BE challenge. So I cut my keto brains. Well, I hadn't introduced them back in, and it hit me today that keto brains helps me with directed focus, and I can focus on what I'm doing, and that could have been part of my issue with some procrastination. I do have ADHD, so that is a big part. I will always struggle with procrastination, so I'm going to add my keto brains back in, and we'll see how that goes as well. But I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited about how we're going to SeaWorld tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and vlog that. We went, I think, in 2021. I think it's been a couple years since we've been. And we've only been to the one here in Orlando once, and we spent like half a day. So our plan is to go tomorrow and spend all day and just enjoy getting to see SeaWorld. My daughter wants to ride the new Pipeline roller coaster, and I'm going to go with her. I love thrill, but I'm not like a huge thrill person. So it's going to be interesting to try some of the roller coasters at SeaWorld versus the roller coasters at Disney. I have no problem with all the coasters at Disney, so I don't anticipate problems at SeaWorld, but they're higher and got more drops and stuff like that. So we'll see how that affects me, but I'm excited to at least try. When my girls were little, and we lived in San Diego, we had annual passes to SeaWorld, and we went all the time, and I loved it. So I'm really excited to go and spend the day there tomorrow. Hopefully my knee will hold out. and we'll be able to have a great time because we would like to, hopefully, maybe if we enjoy it, get some passes to go to SeaWorld. I know next year our goal is also to go to Universal, because we have never been to Universal Orlando. I've never been to Universal Studios, period. So that's something that I'm excited about, especially because as my health is progressing, because I wanted to go before, but one of the things that stopped me was my size. And my size is not a barrier anymore. I am still considered obese, which is fine, and barely in that categorization. It won't be long. I think I have like 20 pounds maybe, and then I'm going to be just in the overweight category. So I've made huge strides and huge differences. They say now that the average woman is a size 16. I'm a size 14, and they're getting smaller. So I'm moving right along with my goals and in the right direction, and I'm super excited. One thing that I'm working hard on is making sure that when I'm looking in the mirror, that I'm trying to see myself for who I am now and not having to deal with body dysmorphia. I'm sure I will have to deal with body dysmorphia because it's a normal thing. But I try to look in the mirror, and I try to find something I really like about the way that I'm looking. Not that the way I look is the end all be all, because it's not the end all be all. I want to make sure that, I'm feeling good about the energy levels I have, how I'm able to move. Am I able to move better? And just overall general well-being in that sense. But one thing that I've really been noticing is I have my hourglass figure back, and I really like my waistline. It's I'm shapely and curvy instead of feeling like a round ball. So that's really nice. And I am wearing a new dress that I have not worn before, and I will have a picture in the credits of it. It's more form-fitting than I used to, and I did have a little vest on with it earlier, which you'll see in the picture. But now that I'm home, I'm just sitting here in the dress because no one is really seeing me. It's been a really good week, and I'm really excited about the direction that things are going for me with my health, and that I'm feeling like the Mounjaro isn't hindering me anymore. And hopefully I'll be able to look back and just say, yep, that was just a blip on my radar, and it didn't stop me. I was pretty scared there for a while because I was being public about being on Mounjaro and the effects that I had, and a lot of people were saying, yep, I was on it, gained all my weight back really quickly. So I was kind of scared there that could happen, and I'm going to do everything in my power to prevent that. And like I said, the change of mindset is the biggest thing that I think is what is going to carry me through. That is because I've worked on bad habits, and I've worked on changing why I want to eat. Am I eating my emotions, or if I'm hungry? And I have used all those tools in the past week to make sure that, one, I am not back to any potential overeating, those 2 days aside, but each time I ate, I was truly hungry. So I'm like, okay, I am truly hungry. Drinking water, being active, all those things are not an issue. So I knew that I was truly hungry and needed to eat. And some days we are hungrier than others. And some days we can eat more, and some days we can eat less. It's about tracking your overall trends and making sure that you're hitting your goals overall, and not just like a daily, this is what I have to eat, and this is the set that I'm going to be in. I tend to be pretty mellow and chill and go with the flow, because that's just kind of how life is anyway. And I just want to make sure that I'm moving in the right direction. All right, so that's really all that I have here. I know in the next couple weeks, I think I'm going to try a new video series that I'm only going to do once or twice a month. And I want to keep it separate. That way, those of you who are not interested in that area of my life, you don't have to watch that area of my life. But I am going to start talking about it because I'm still passionate about that area of my life, and it's still important to me. But I'm going to be talking a little bit more about my crafting and what I'm working on, which is a lot slower than it used to be because now I'm in school. Whereas this video is more about my health goals and how school's going, because school is in direct relation to my health goals, because my degree is going to be psychology with a specialization of health psychology. So I want to keep those two together, but I still want to share about all the things that I'm working on and the progress that I'm making with that, for just to share with those who are interested in that portion of it too. Like I said, that will be a separate video, and I will keep it to like once or twice a month on its own. We'll see. I guess it really depends on how much I get done. I do have a big project I'm working on, so maybe this week, maybe next week, I'll be able to start talking about that project and how I want to meet the goals for that specific project. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Look forward to later this week. There will be our vlog from SeaWorld. Hopefully I'll keep getting better at doing these videos. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you enjoy it and want to know when I release more videos. Share with your friends. I'm super excited with how the progress of this channel is going in a month. I have 14 subscribers and I'm really thrilled about that. And I hope that you guys are enjoying these videos too. Be sure to leave some comments as well. I do respond to all of those, and I look forward to getting to know each of you better. And we'll see you next week.